Hello and welcome to Getting Started with Docker Desktop. I'm Daniel from Tiger Triangle Technologies, and I'm here to walk you through installing Docker Desktop on Windows. We'll jump right into installing, troubleshooting, and running this important software. If you're interested, stick around and I'll explain what Docker is and how you can learn more about it. Go to the Docker website to install Docker Desktop. All right, we're going to download for Windows. Of course, Docker can be installed on Mac and Linux as well. After downloading, I clicked on the Docker Desktop installer. So, we'll add the shortcut, that's fine. I'm sure watching it unpack files is riveting, but we jumped ahead, and at this point, we need to restart Windows to complete the installation. So we'll do that, we'll pick back up on it. After the restart, this window should pop up. So we're going to accept. We are just going to take the recommended and say yes. At this point, you have Docker installed, ready to go. So I think we should be good. Just be able to continue without signing in. So it has a welcome survey. We can also skip the survey if we want. Windows Hypervisor is not present. Well, this error is pretty clear. Hardware-assisted virtualization and data execution protection must be enabled in the BIOS. If you do see that error message pop up, keep in mind you need the following features for Docker Desktop to function. Virtual machine platform, which then can be enabled in Windows. Features and subsystem for Linux, same thing. Just enable that there. The hypervisor needs to be enabled at Windows Startup, and then the virtualization needs to be enabled in BIOS. Okay, so and that's for Windows Home. If you have Pro or Enterprise, you're just going to need the Hyper-V installed and working, virtualization enabled in BIOS, and Hyper-V enabled. So the reason I ran into the error, I didn't have virtualization enabled in the BIOS. I have an ASUS Prime motherboard installed in my machine, so I had to go in, I had to restart the computer, of course, go in the BIOS, and then navigate to the Advanced tab. And in the CPU configuration settings, there was an option to enable SVM mode. That's SVM. It might look different on your machine, but basically, you just have to enable hardware virtualization. And I'll include a link to this as well, because if you run into problems, it may be because of one of these features are not installed, enabled. So after that though, I was able to get Docker Desktop running just fine. And you can see down here it says engine running. So looks like we're good to go. So I wanted to show you this real quick. We're inside Docker Desktop. I have a container running here. It's an application called Open Web UI. You can see that it's running, and from the outside the port is 3000. Internally it's using, inside the container, right? It's using port 8080. But I can click on this and launch Open Web UI real quick. Now if I wanted this to be accessible when Windows starts, I can go up here to Settings and I can say Start Docker Desktop when you sign in to your computer. What is Docker? Docker is an open platform for developing, shipping, and running applications. Docker provides the ability to package and run an application in a loosely isolated environment called a container. If you want to dive deeper into Docker, I would suggest going to docs.docker.com. If you have Docker Desktop open, you can get to the Learning Center by clicking on the Motherboard icon, the little graduation cap, and there is a lot of information here. You may have noticed the trademark Docker whale with shipping containers on its back. I think that does give a bit of an analogy that your apps can be placed in these containers and shipped to their final destination, which is good. But let me give you another analogy. And this analogy might be a train wreck, so don't feel like you gotta stick around for this. Let's imagine that you create an app and it's a great app. In fact, your app is a rock star and now it's ready to tour the world. So you put your app up in hotels, But you know how rock stars are. They complain about having to walk to their room. They want their own pillow. They aren't satisfied with the food. There's conflicts. They have demands. They have dependencies. You soon realize that your app, your Rockstar, is out of control. But what if you could put your Rockstar in a container of sorts? Maybe instead of a hotel, you put them in an RV. No, not a van like this. An RV. Ah, that's better. Then it has all its favorite snacks in the cabinet, beverages in the refrigerator, its own fluffy pillow, everything it depends on, all in one place, which makes everyone happy. And no more trashing hotel rooms, which makes you happy. This isolation brings freedom. You can now send your app out into the world and park it without the limitations of the operating system. I mean, the hotel. Now imagine that you can digitize your Rockstar and quickly make copies. So now your Rockstar can be in multiple places at once, putting on a show for its fans. Most likely, your app is not just a Rockstar, it's a rock band. And the band members don't have to stay cooped up in the same RV or container and get on each other's nerves. They can each have their own RV. Maybe the drummer is the web services, the lead singer's React or Blazor front ends. Think of it as separating everything out and creating a microservices architecture, which Docker makes super easy. Well, hopefully that analogy made some sense. You can package your app and all its dependencies, everything it needs, and easily deploy it into different environments. You can place it in registries for other people to easily grab as well. These Docker images can quickly spin up and run on your local machine, a server on your network, or in the cloud. Well, that's it for this session. Go out there, create some rock stars, put them in RVs, and send them out into the world. Till next time, take care.